A pleasant day to everyone, and welcome to my presentation. First of all, I would like to thank Ma'am Narisa Malco Beatriz, our beloved and gorgeous professor, for having this opportunity to be your discussant. I am Maria Jennifer Esplihino, Teacher 1 and Handling Kinder Advisory Class. Our topic for today is all about group dynamics and group behavior. So let us first define group dynamics. So when we say group dynamics, it refers to the study of human behaviors in a group. Also, the processes, operations, and changes that occur within social groups which affect patterns of affiliation, communication, conflict, conformity, decision-making, influence, leadership, norm formation, and power. It is also a branch of social psychology which studies problems involving the structure of a group. It defined also as the interactions that influence the attitudes and behavior of people when they are grouped with others through either choice or accidental circumstances. Now, let us define group. It is a social unit of two or more independent and interactive people striving for a common goals. Group of course consists of two or more people wherein they see themselves as members, they interact among members, and they share goals to all members. So people in a groups are defined themselves and by others as group members. In other words, individuals are aware that they are part of a group. So let us come now to the types of groups. I have here 5 listed types of groups. First, formal groups. It deliberately created to perform a specific task. A hierarchy of authority and the rules and regulations exist. Second, informal groups. It is not formed under the rules and policies wherein we have free will or does not have its own rules and regulation. It also promotes friendships as well as cooperation at work. Third, social groups. It is two or more humans who interact with one another, share similar characteristics with a sense of unity. Fourth, the task groups. It is a group of people working together to complete a job task. Members are brought together to accomplish a narrow range of goals within a specified time period. Task groups are also commonly referred to as task forces. Sometimes, task in a group has this advantage because we like the teamwork idea, but some member very dependent. That is why we have some disagreements happen in a group. And then the last type of groups is the functional groups. It is composed of individuals performing the same task. Why people join groups? The people often join groups since the groups give the members a stability and enhances their achievement capacity. The main reasons to join groups are: first is to have a sense of security. By joining a group, individuals can reduce the insecurity standing alone. People feel stronger and more resistant to threats when they are part of a group. Group provides safety and protection against a common enemy. The second reason is to have a status. Individuals get recognition and status when they are members of groups that are considered to be important by others. People look at them with respect and awe. The third reason is to have or to develop self-esteem. Being a member of group increases the self-esteem of people. It generates positive feeling of self-worth. Then power. So through power, the things cannot be achieved individually may becomes possible through group action. And then the last reason why people join group is to have goal achievement. Through pooling of knowledge, resources, talents, and power in group, people are able to achieve goals that may not be possible individually. More than one person can achieve one particular goal easily. In such instances, management will rely on the use of the group. So we have here the criteria for a group. We have the formal structure and the face-to-face interaction. So when we say formal structure, it is embedded in the design of the organization and is seen as the pattern that should be followed by the members. So it clearly shows and manages the rules and responsibility of every member, and everyone knows what they have to do and how they are supposed to achieve the desired goals. While the face-to-face interaction, it is one of the basic elements of the social system, forming a significant part of individual socialization and experience gaining throughout one's lifetime. So it is very important for us to show our feelings and share thoughts to the group. So what are those principles of group dynamics? So I have here 9 listed principles of group dynamics. First, the principle of belongingness. People in a group should have a strong sense of belonging if they want to communicate and collaborate for effective teamwork. Those who exert influence and those who are influenced need to engage with each other to understand each other better. So when you develop a sense of belonging, you feel encouraged to give your best and support others as well. If everyone performs well, your group gets a moral boost. The second principle is the principle of perception. So when we say principle of perception, if you want to implement a change in your group, you need to create a common perception among people that will make them accept the change with greater ease. It's providing a heads up for your team and preparing them for a change. So for example, there is a revision in your project deadline. So you need to communicate with your team and inform them about the additional efforts they'll need to put. Next, we have the principle of conformity. So in this principle, you won't always come across like-minded people in your group. People from various walks of life with diverse perspectives and viewpoints may think and work differently. If you want your group to function as an individual unit, you need to address individualistic tendencies. So, it means that group members need to conform to group norms and respect the essential rules that govern the group. Next principle is the principle of change. So, changes are constant in a group. To effectively bring about changes and implement them, your group needs to be well coordinated and informed. Share all the relevant information concerning the plan, strategy, and outcome of change amongst group members. So, therefore, state the expectation in advance so that there is not any dissatisfaction later. That is why a coordinated group is better prepared to deal with change. So, the next principle is the principle of readjustment. The principle of change is responsible for the principle of readjustment. Changes in a particular part of a group are likely to cause tension in the other part. It can be changed by making readjustments in the related parts of the group. Next principle, we have the principle of common motives. The core purpose of groups is to drive an organization's goals successfully. All the operations are geared towards achieving common targets. Problem solving, strategizing, and decision making have to be done in a collaborative manner. So it means that this principle, uh, the goals and timelines for any project should be set collaboratively. If not, every member should be aware of the expectations. And then the next principle is the goal orientation principle. A group survives only when their actions are goal oriented. Everyone needs a goal direction to follow. Otherwise, there will be confusion and chaos. The principle of common motives guides the goal orientation principle. All the tasks are geared towards meeting larger objectives. So, it ensures that a group stays on track and makes progress. And then, the next principle of group dynamics is the principle of power. So, the principle of power plays out in different ways. The more attractive a group looks to someone, the more influence it exerts. So it means that the greater the power of a group, the greater its influence over its members and others. And the last principle of group dynamics is the continuous process principle. So every group is formed in such a way that each individual is responsible for maintaining continuity, in addition to being accountable for their own actions. So it means that groups should adjourn only upon the completion of tasks or after achieving their desired objectives. Until then, everyone should continue to work in harmony and ensure continuous operation. So let us come now to the elements of group dynamics. So we have here three elements of group dynamics. First, we have decision. Second, influence. The third one is the communication. When we say decision, we are always involved in the decision making and are often influenced by others. Influence, of course, we take action with good impact to the group. And communication, we should learn how to communicate effectively and avoid common barriers within the group. So, let us now define group behavior. So, when we say group behavior, it is an actions performed by a group as a whole or by individuals when part of a group. Group behavior is also the attitude, feeling, and thought of a collection of people that can be observed or noticed. So group behavior also is anything a person or animal does that can be observed in some ways or noticed. It can include mental processes. So let us come now to the common group behavior. So common group behavior consists of self-confidence, collective efficacy, and performance that leads to success. And we have here also the elements of group behavior. So elements of behavior are very important, which are the attitude, actions, reactions, knowledge, decisions, morals, and values. So these elements leads you to become a good member of a group. So what are those benefits of group behavior? So first, it develops the spirit of cooperation and teamwork as members can learn how to work together to achieve a goal. Then, it helps in the achievement of set goals which will be impossible if it is to be pursued by individual members. Then, it develops good leadership and followership qualities in members. And then the last benefit of group behavior, members learn how to be good followers by obeying every instruction given by the leaders, while they are also trained on good leadership through delegation of duties by the leaders of the group. So, indeed, group behavior helps us to find how the relationships are made within a group. This helps to know how group is made and how it should be organized, led, and promoted. So, to sum it up, group dynamics and group behavior considered as having changes and that changes are constant within a group. There is a change of leadership, people join and leave, and new tasks keep coming. The more organized a group is, the more cooperative and effective it is. And that ends my presentation. Thank you for listening.